Welcome to the Life Untapped podcast, where we help you rediscover your potential so that you feel confident, clear, and independent. Have you inadvertently put yourself last all these years by putting others first, only to wake up in your midlife and find yourself lost in the shuffle? Girl, I have so been there. Let me share with you the lessons I've learned to create a new direction to rediscover yourself. Together, let's go on a journey of mastering your potential, tapping into the power that already exists inside of you. We'll talk confidence, self-care, organization, health and well-being, money mindsets, financial hacks, and how to kick your limiting beliefs to the curb for good. We will find and establish your vision, get crystal clear on it. This is your blueprint, your life untapped. I'm your host, Francine Rivera, lifestyle consultant and certified health coach. I'm also the founder of the Life Untapped coaching system, where you can earn as you learn with our affiliate program. Check it out at thelifeuntapped.com and grab our free mini course, The Guilt-Free Balanced Life, while you are there. Are you ready for your blueprint? Let's dig in. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for listening to the Life Untapped podcast. I have something special for you guys today. I have two amazing ladies. We are kicking off our confidence series, and I am so thrilled to bring to you my friends Desiree Maya and Ginamarie Cornelius. Now, you've heard Ginamarie Cornelius on a previous episode, episode 4. If you did not hear her back then, go back and listen to that show. But I have Des and Ginamarie here again today. They are the co-founders of Blissful Fortitude and the co-hosts of the Bliss Beyond Fear podcast. Now, fear stands for Faith, Elevate, Action, and Results. I just love that. Des is a keynote speaker and a six-figure earner. As a coach and mentor, she challenges and inspires people to take action and believe in themselves as a part of designing a life and a profession that they truly love. As a mentor and life advocate, Ginamarie is committed to helping people go from feeling helpless to whole. As a part of that mission, she uses over 30 years of trials, tribulations, losses, and reinvention to provide inspiration to all that she touches. So you guys, welcome to the show. I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you for having us. And we get to talk about our favorite subject, confidence.
Yes. And and I should probably have not warn my listeners, but warn my listener, you're so used to my calm, low key. And I tell you, and I'm straight out, I tell them I'm not your bubbly person. Well, let me just tell you in advance, Des and Ginamarie are the exact opposites from me. And that's why I think I love them both so much. They have what I can't do. They've got that vivacious and bubbly, and they're just energetic and always on. So I'm glad you're going to get to experience them.
Hold on to your seats, people. Here we go.
I can have some fun.
Oh my gosh. So I was telling Des and Ginamarie before we went on air that I just loved when they had their confidence series on their show. And I just had to bring it to my listeners, that you just have to hear their message. So I don't know, whoever wants to start first, tell me what do you think confidence means to you?
Oh, it means so many things.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I think about this often because we work with so many different people that are dealing with confidence in different ways. And the way that I think about it, it's ownership of who you are and being unapologetic for it, because there are going to be times when you are a subject matter expert and you know exactly the content. There are going to be times when things are ambiguous and you have to learn. But when you're confident that you can, and you have the ability and the skills, and you are capable of asking the right questions, then you can persevere through anything. So I think it is that ownership of knowing that you can put and do anything that you put your mind to.
And I think in addition to that, for me, it's being okay with whatever comes out. It's for me, it's a whole different story. I'm not polished. I am not, put together all the time. I do my best, and I fall forward, and I'm okay with that. And the confidence in knowing that that as long as you don't stop, you keep going, you're going to achieve your goals. And, you know, it depends on what you're talking about as far as confidence. What do you know, because there's confidence in what you achieve. There's confidence in who you are. And then there's the confidence about what you are as far as like, you know, your exterior. What are you talking about, Fran? Which area did you want us to kind of dive into?
Well, I think my listener struggles with the fact that she has put herself on the back burner all these years while doing everything else for everybody. And now she's realizing, you know, her children are older, they are leaving the nest, and she suddenly has more time. And she feels a little regretful that she didn't stick to her dreams. But at the same time, you know, she doesn't even want to admit that out loud, because it sounds like she's ungrateful for her life and she loves her life. She loves her family, but she's lacking that confidence to take the next step to see what she wants to be when she grows up, so to speak. You know, like now it's her turn. It's her second half of life. It's her prime time.
Yeah.
Well, I can totally relate to that for sure. That's definitely, that was a very strong defining moment for me. For some people, they kind of evolve into that. My story is that I had 8 children when, by the same husband, after 32 years of being with him, he had a heart attack and he passed away. And I had to pivot quick, like on a dime. That whole scenario that you just described, that was me in an instant. And I had to reinvent myself. And building my confidence was absolutely essential to being able to move forward. And, you know, I came from, I mean, we're talking the extreme here. Whatever your situation is out there, I'm just going to tell you here, I had 8 kids. That means my body, visualize that. My body had been stretched out 8 times, but it was okay because the man that loved me was the only one that saw me that way. I had been home with the girls and I was confident in my parenting. I actually spoke on parenting and encouraged mommies and things like that, but that was my expertise. I didn't have other expertise. And unless I wanted to be a preschool teacher, that was not going to help me with my new career to take care of my children. And so with all of this extreme, the very first thing that I had to have was the right mindset. Before anything happened, before I could do anything great, I had to purpose in my mind and program my mind to believe it. I had to visualize it, and I had to speak it out loud. I had to write it down. I had to do all of those things, and then that helps me believe it. And so if you're out there and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how do I do that? How do I get that way, you know, from where I'm at in my situation? You don't know me. I've been a mom the whole time. Yeah, I was a mom the whole time. I was a homeschooled mom, or I homeschooled my kids, you know? So I could totally relate to that. In addition to that, I think the cherry on top was my association.
Yeah.
And building a community of my own personal board members for my life that helped me to dream, that mentored me, that I was accountable to, that inspired me. You know, all of those different positions that I needed at my board for my, you know, on my board, in the boardroom, came from the circle of these amazing women that I sought out because I didn't know how to do anything, but I knew enough to know that you don't necessarily need to know how, you just need to know who.
Yeah.
And how will come.
That's right. That's right. And, you know, to build on what you said, there's 2 things I love, which is reinvention and mindset. Okay. The first thing I would say to your listener is that reinvention is a thing that we're doing constantly. You're not a finite aspect of your life at one point in time, right? We go through childhood, who you are as a teenager is somebody, but you don't stay attached to that because then you become an adult and you have a whole nother set of things that you got to deal with. Maybe you have a relationship. maybe you break up. So every juncture is an opportunity for reinvention. But like Ginamarie was talking about, when you have the right mindset, that's what propels you. And so I would say to your listener right now that is at that point of pivoting because their kids are gone, is that your mindset is to get excited. Get excited about the possibilities and start doing some of those things. Write down the things you want. Start dreaming. Start digging back into the thing that maybe you were trying to do, or the hobby, or the next, entrepreneurship, and look at it in life as an adventure. Because when you look at it that way, it's not, oh, I'm too old, or I'm too this or that. You don't compare yourself to anybody in the process because you're your own unique adventure. And you can do things at any time. Age is irrelevant, and it's just another chapter. And that's the mindset that's going to take you
Absolutely,
into confidence.
absolutely. And and I have to say that there were a lot of people that were not a big fan of my mindset, because I was supposed to be a grieving widow that had lost her husband. And, I'm one of the things that I'm so thankful for in my family was that my mom always taught me, and this rings in my mind, the living keep living. And I know that my husband had died. You may have been divorced, you may have been married, you may have lost that job, you may have whatever you're grieving, like the living still live, and that will serve you well. You might not be everybody's fan, but you know what? You can't please everybody all the time. It's not going to happen. So I just decided, because that mama bear instinct came in me, I need to figure out how I'm going to take care of these little people. Like, I don't have time to worry about how many likes I get on Facebook, or who's my fan or not. I am going to that's it. I'm going to do my thing, and you know what, if you don't like it, that's fine, you're not paying my bills. And so having the mindset of being positive and being like, this is my second chapter. I was 49 years old when I was a widow. And I was like, I'm turning a chapter, and I'm telling you, so many amazing things have happened in my life. I am absolutely loving my life. I love the man that I'm with. He elevates me, and he presses me constantly to grow, which is sometimes painful, but yet nevertheless, it's growth, and it's good. And I have this amazing business partner, and we love what we do, and my future is bright. And that started because I had the mindset, and I embraced it. And I said, you know what? This is my second chapter. My first chapter, this was my husband. He was amazing. He was a great dad, and my kids miss him dearly. My next chapter, I can't bring him back from the dead. Okay, you know what? We just got to move forward. I've got another man with a whole nother life. And it's just this beautiful book. And, that I decided to author, and write out and build and work towards and get excited about. And that energy will pull those things to you. And then you will start achieving the things that you want to achieve. And then when you start achieving the things that you want to achieve, your confidence builds. But it's got to start with the mindset first.
That's life unpacked.
I just have to ask you, you sound so energetic and so confident. Were you always like this? You said, like, when he first passed away, were you very confident then, or was this a new skill that
I wasn't always confident in my life. No. But I'll never forget when they told me there's no brain waves. I fell to the ground, to my knees, and I rolled up my sleeves in my mind and just went, pick yourself up. You know what? You can't pull the sheets over your head, and you can't cry, and you can't walk around wearing black. And I think it was for the love of my children, and that that fortitude that I needed to well up within me that pushed me forward. When you have the worst possible thing that you could ever imagine happen to you, life is invincible. Like, bring it on.
Yeah. Well,
bring it on.
There's nowhere else for you to go than up when you're down there in the valley of despair. Right.
And you know, it's that mindset though, because, you know, you could have the worst thing happen to you in your life and just think about that.
It's a choice.
Massage that. You could tell everybody that happened. You could think about how it happened. You could think about what you lost. You know, that mindset will get you in one direction.
Right.
The other mindset of, I have a loving God, that nothing happens to me without passing through his loving hands. I got this. You know what? I got this, and I'm going to be great. And I'm going to take that pain and I'm going to put a purpose to it. And that gave me that power and that confidence. And that purpose is our blissful fortitude. It's teaching other women how to do this. It's encouraging them and, you know, bringing other people along in your journey and helping them with it.
Yeah. It sounds awesome. Like it almost sounds like it came very easy for you. I'm not saying you went like it was an easy time. That's not what I'm saying, but it just sounded like it came easy to you, where I know so many women are just, they're not confident no matter how much they try, no matter how many videos they watch. And they're just like, oh, I can't do it. I'm too shy, or I don't have the guts to go for it. So Des, what would you say to them?
I would say, and I hope this resonates too, because this is something you talk about, Fran, is to start working on those self-limiting beliefs, because that comes from a place, right? Fill in the blank. I'm too this. I'm too shy. My whole life I've been this. Well, you are exactly what you say you are. So you say you're too shy, guess what? What you're going to manifest is a shy person. You know, you say that you're too quiet, or you're not good with speaking, that's exactly what you're going to manifest. So what you do is you start going in the other direction and say, you know, I want to improve in this area of speaking because I know that I'm capable. And then you start putting your energy towards what is going to help you grow instead of what's going to make you shrink, you know, and that's a big thing, because self-limiting beliefs exist everywhere, you know, and you've got to be able to tap into and address what those things are.
You know, I have to say, you know, it hasn't been like, you know, when I was younger, I struggled with confidence a lot. As I got older, that confidence started to build by achieving goals that I had. That builds my confidence. Through my path, as far as like being confident with going through this situation of Jeff and getting to where I am today, there were times where it was rough. Like you'd get a blow and you go, whew, okay, that one just threw me off a little bit. The kids are not supporting me. Whew, that's a big confidence boost or crush. And I had my little unicorn that Desiree gave me to remind me that I'm special, you know, and I look at that unicorn, and my unicorn is matted out. It's a little stuffed animal that she gave me. And there were times where I just literally have to get through and go, I got today. And I would just yell in my car on the way to work, I am 2%. I'm abundance. I'm phenomenal. I'm inspiring. I'm engaging. I got this. There's a man out there that's looking for me, and he's amazing. And everything that I want is mine. I am abundance. And I would have to like yell it in the car to counteract those voices in my head,
because they're there.
They would like to tell me otherwise. They would like to say, nah, maybe not so much. You're not all that, you know? And I needed to kick them out. And sometimes I had to yell.
You did the hard work. Yeah. Whether it's a death of a spouse or going through a divorce. There's so many families that go through divorces at this age, and, you know, or just not knowing what they're going to do, you know, whether they want to go out into the world and work more, or well, how are they going to fill their days? Because now the kids are left. And if that was your main focus, you're a little bit lost at this stage.
Yeah. And and that's okay. I think we have to give ourselves some grace too. It's okay not to have the answer overnight. Nobody, wakes up after a major transition of a death, a divorce, or your kids leaving, and you have an epiphany and go, oh my gosh, I'm going to become a baker. Let's do this. Maybe sometimes if that happens to you, then call me up and tell me your story, because that's pretty awesome. But, oftentimes it is a bit of a journey, and you do have to cry a little bit, and you do have to maybe mourn, call up some friends and have some of those nights. And that's okay. It's part of the process. It's just that not staying down in the dumps is the thing that we all want to kind of get past. And I do think that having the right associations is big, because one thing that I know personally from being somebody who's gone through a divorce, that's gone through a career transition, and it's never easy, is that we grow together better in a community. When you know that you can be vulnerable and realize that there's other people out there going through those same things, it makes it just a little bit easier, because you're not alone. And see, when you go through something hard, that is exactly how you feel. Oh my God, seriously? A divorce? Oh my gosh, I'm on an island. Everyone's gonna think I failed, and this happened, and this is horrible. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to tell anybody. It's going to be so shameful. It's going to be so full of guilt, and it's going to, all these things. And then before you know it, you're not alone. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
There's nothing new under the sun. It's for sure. And then, to pick that community, Desiree and I have a formula. It's called Savers.
Mm-hmm.
So S is for, oh my gosh, my hair just went blank. Support, align, value added, elevate, and rise with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so we try to pick people that support us and align with us, all of those things. So as you're thinking about that community around you, if you don't have that, then pray about that, put that out there in the universe, write it down, that I want people around us that are like that. I mean, Wes and I are now really just nurturing couple relationships that are like that, other couples that are, we get together and we love talking about business and what we could do for our community and everything. And it's so great to have other couples that are that iron sharpening iron. And so, when Des is talking about community, that's what she's talking about with that. Not just, anybody that will cry with you and not go anywhere with it. Let's get another gallon of ice cream. Yeah. That's horrible.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah,
right now.
Does, right?
The other thing about that is sometimes that's hard too, getting out there. If you haven't really built that, hopefully there are some bonds that you have, maybe you go to the church, or there's other groups that you're a part of. If not, a good place to always start too, or podcasts like yours, Fran. I mean, people just kind of like, what can I do? Start looking for content that is aligned with where you want to be in your life. And then you start listening to the books that are going to get you in the right direction, the podcast. I mean, that's what's beautiful about today and technology, and what's available at our fingertips for free. In a lot of ways, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's so awesome.
And then you'll find it's a small community.
Yeah.
Like, you're not that far away from other influencers that are out there. When you start having that mindset, hey, she's gonna be up in our studio in no time.
That's right.
Yeah, it's all who you surround yourself with.
And I gotta put that on my vision board.
That's right.
Yeah, I always say, like, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are, right? Like that saying, like, who you surround yourself with, you become. So if you don't have that tribe yet, or that boardroom, like what you kind of explained in the beginning, you have to find it through, say, podcasts or blogs or online, join a group or some kind of community that supports you and elevates you and will listen to you, and without trying to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? When you just complete, sometimes you have a girlfriend and you just like complain if you're going through something hard, and then they complain back to you. Now you're in a big complaining pity party and you just kind of live there for a few months. So you want somebody to listen to you, but also like give you that tough love, like, all right, like enough, pull up your big girl pants and like, let's just get on with life. Yeah. I know a lot of that is just easier said than done. Okay, we are going to stop it right there for now. Be sure to join us next Monday when Des and Ginamarie are back and we are talking all things confidence. But before I go, I want to remind you, for a limited time only, there is 15% off Life Untapped, the Blueprint, the course, the online course, the do-it-yourself course. So head on over to francinerivera.com. I'll put the link in the show notes. Use the code VISION, all in caps. Again, that's going to be in the show notes. Don't worry, I'll just write it down for you. And grab the course that will change the trajectory of your life going forward. We talk about all the things from identity to vision to self-care, clarity on your life, health and wellness, financial wellness, organization, money mindset, all the things, okay? Everything you need to head into your prime time to take care of yourself while taking care of your family. Ginamarie has gone through the course. Episode 4, you will hear her testimony. I just wanted to remind you of that. Like I said, it's for a limited time only, so run, don't walk, francinerivera.com, and I will see you next Monday, my friend. Thanks so much for listening. But before you go, if you found value in today's show, I would love it if you would take a screenshot of this episode and share it with others on social media. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and head on over to iTunes or wherever you listen to rate and leave a review. It is how we can empower, educate, and shift how others visualize their lives. Until next time, my friend, remember to live a life untapped. You are worth it.